You could hear screams all through the house, constant screaming. Sometimes you didn't know who was being tortured.
Like going wrong? You like going wrong? Yes, you do. And I like whooping your ass. You better learn from it.
We had two businesses and I couldn't keep them up. I had to end up closing them. And then I got behind on our rent and I had got eviction notice myself. But that's when Musa and his family stepped in and offered to help. Once we got in, we never got out that way. You would never think behind a door at a hotel room it was that many people back there. It was just dead silence and everyone was just very tense. It was a house of doom and gloom. I thought I would see a little hope, but then as things went on, that hope dimmed, and I knew he would never get better. The discipline from the knuckles or just a little hand swatting turned more and more and more violent. And he had these daggers that was in a some kind of pouch. He threatened children with those. He threatened children with a gun. They were tortured long before I came into the scene. For years, when it was way back in Bakersfield, Marlon was tortured, hung upside down, beaten by his feet. That's Sharon. She was so small and little, but she was older than you think she was. Keisha was closer to him. Not like your typical father and daughter. And that's Keisha in the middle. He used to make us make incense all the time. That was another way of money he would bring in the house besides our welfare checks and food stamps and the kids' SSI checks. It was all kind of money rolling in, but he would just keep it and use it on himself. That's Marva. I don't know the lady in Vail. She's in pure Vail. So now she's back in an Islamic polygamous relationship. He kept her so much away from society, but she felt like it was normal to her. She pretty much was brainwashed by him. Anything he said, she believed. It was terrible living in there and having my children being in there and watching them deteriorate right in front of your eyes. That's my son. Musa made him sit in the corner. He had so many scars on his little body, his head. Musa would beat his toes with a hammer. He was literally dying. He was sick inside. Oh, that's my baby. That's Taslima. Oh, God. He gave her to Marva. That was hard watching another woman raise your baby. I knew one day I'd get her back. I knew it. I had it in my heart. I would get her back. Somehow. Somehow. He threw us in the garage and took her totally away. And the locks he put on the doors. Oh, she was so cold in there. That was the mattress we slept on, all of us. We'll bundle up together in little knots, little fetal positions, and try to keep warm. The only thing we had to cook on, one little frying pan. Those are urine bottles we had to pee in. He stabbed me in my foot. I couldn't even go see a doctor. I know we can't continue to live like this. Someone's going to die in this house. I told my son that if anything ever happened to me, I'm going to start writing some notes and placing them on me. Well, the notes turned into letters. I wrote in the dark. I wrote in the corners. I wrote when he was asleep. Whenever I could take the opportunity. Then I knew deep down my heart I needed even more. So then I took my tape recorder that I used to listen to music with. So every time there was a beating in the house, I would push record play. Screams for mercy, everything. It went to the postwoman first. I didn't have any money or stamps. I had to use the envelope that came from the caseworker every month. When we went to the post office, he struck up a conversation with a guy in line. So I was able to raise my garment up, reach inside, take out the letter, and slide it to the postal worker. And then at that time, that's when he yelled out my name. Salima, are you ready yet? He called me Salima. And I just jumped out of my skin. At first I thought maybe he saw it, but he didn't. All I know, this letter could have ended up somewhere else. All I could do was pray on it and hope it got to the right authorities. I believe that was a Friday because Monday morning, that's when the police arrived. And they banged on the door. Musa took a hammer because he had nailed the door shut. And he pulled the nails out of the door. And he yelled inside, Salima, get out here. The police are out here and see what they want. And there was Officer Fogel. And he says, I would like to talk to you, about this letter. And I gave him the eye contact. I kind of motioned to the back that Musa was behind me. And I opened my eyes real wide. He picked up on it. He said, I need to talk to you alone. And then that's when Musa went crazy. He said, did you write this? And I told him yes. And then that's when I just broke loose. And I said, I got these tapes here too. Scary.
She was in a garage living with her children. Once we had secured everything and there was enough evidence to indicate that people were being abused at the location, Mohammed was detained and transported from the location.
He said, do you want to press charges? And I said, well, the rest of them, they'll still be back there with this nut. He can do anything to them. I got to get us all out of this situation. I said, yeah, I want to prosecute. We appreciate everything now. We appreciate the little things. We don't take anything for granted because it wasn't given to us before. At night we would go out and look at the stars. I remember before we were in that garage, we couldn't see anything. And behold his beauty. That's her. Yeah. Like her eyes. She looks just like him. It's amazing. She doesn't hardly look like me at all. That's my baby, though. I try to give him such a normal life with a dog. She walks him every day, plays with him. She don't want to really plays with him. He's doing sports and ignores him. Now he's playing basketball, had his girlfriends and his other friends, and He's a different kid now. He still got those eyes, the eyes that look up. But he's not tormented anymore. He's happier. He has a different life now. He has a future. I got us busy, and I think that was the key. The more we were busy, the more I got my mind off of the past. Whatever they had free out there, we took it. It was a lot of counseling, art therapy, all kind of things. And I just want to be able to give back what they did for me. So if I can just get that word out, they have a way to escape, somewhere to go, someone to help them. They're not alone. Then I've accomplished my mission. You'll never get over it, ever. I don't think you'll never get over it. That was a horror story. No, but you can go on